Oh, hello there! This hour on Verbling, the next in my Learning from Pictures series. This is a class where you work on your powers of description, descriptive language, and you do it by looking at pictures from all over the world, all over the internet, real pictures, no Photoshop, interesting stuff. You'll like it. Come on in. But first, let's do a little introduction. My name's John Eric. I'm your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, coming at you today from Lisbon, Portugal, to bring you this class. By the way, if you click on the link, you probably can't see the link. Give me a second. If you click on the link that you will see in the Verbling chat window, in just a minute. Let's see. Well, anyway, I'll give you the link. But if you click on the link and you go to my profile page, it looks like this. And there you can follow me on the left side and be notified of my upcoming group classes. On the right side, you can book a private tutoring session or a package. I'm still working on my packages. I will work with you on a personalized learning plan to help get you to your goals as soon as possible. If you're interested, then just send me a message first so I can be sure that I have time for you in my schedule, and then we'll take it from there. All right, that's a little bit about me, and now what we're going to do is start learning from pictures. So I'm going to give you a presentation on your screen. Give me a second for that to load. Now, in this class, if you just give me a second here, I'm going to give you a few guidelines. I always start the class by just going over, not guidelines, but just I'm going to show you how you can approach images in different ways, to think about them in different ways, to make the job of description maybe a little easier or a little more interesting. So if you give me just a second here, I'm going to give you a link, I believe. Uh-oh. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to open my Google Docs for a minute. Okay, give me a second. I need to open that on my side. While I'm waiting for the material to open, let me just say hello to everyone and see who's out there. I want to check your microphones are working. Let's start with Alina first. Hello, Alina. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm very good. So, Alina, is this your first time with me?
Yes, that's the first time.
Where are you from, Alina?
I'm from Moscow, Russia.
From Moscow. Moscow, Russia?
Yes.
You mean you're not from the other Moscow in Texas?
Yes, I'm from Russia.
Okay. Just making sure.
Okay.
Welcome to class, Alina.
Thank you.
And then we've got Sam. Welcome back, Sam. How are you?
Hello. Yes, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Sam from Pakistan.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly right.
From Karachi.
No, it's a big
No.
city. I live very far from Karachi.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, I don't know anything about Pakistan.
Okay.
Or
Okay. No problem.
I just said the first thing that came to my mind, Karachi. I'm pretty sure that's in Pakistan.
Sure.
Let's see. Okay, and welcome back, our esteemed regulars, Mr. Marcus. How are you?
Hello, John. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Very good. Pretty good. Mr. Jose, welcome back.
Hi, John.
Hi.
I'm doing very well.
Good.
Thanks for asking, and you?
Thanks for asking me. I'm doing pretty well.
Yes.
Mr. Christian, how are you today?
Good morning, teacher. How are you? Fine. Thank you very much. Yes, everything is okay. It's sunny today.
It's sunny today.
Yeah.
Good. It's actually sunny here, too. Okay, so what I want to do is, before we begin, I want to just show you I'm still opening a document. It's taking a second. Sorry about the delay. Hold on a second. Almost there. Almost ready. I've really got to figure out another way. I guess I need to put everything in little text documents on my desktop because it's really slow to open Google Docs. Okay, I want to, what do I want to, here it is. Okay, I'm going to put in 5 levels of description which correspond to different cognitive levels, what they call Bloom's taxonomy. I'll explain what that means in just a second. It's not all it really means is that you're going to look at images in possibly 4 or 5 different ways. So give me just a second. It's almost ready. Oh my God, I can't copy and paste. Nothing's working right. And there you go. You can see it in the inside chat, and I'll put it in the VerbLink chat as well. There you go. So you'll notice that there's 5 different questions with 5 different categories. At the basic level, you're going to describe an image with the knowledge that you have. That's why it says knowledge. And an example is, what items or people can you name with the vocabulary that you know? The next level, deeper than that, is the comprehension level. So you have to use more of your knowledge now. What is happening in the photo? So it's not about naming things at the comprehension level, it's about figuring things out. Go a little deeper than that, and we have the application level. Can you take something you've learned and apply it to a new situation? So in the application level, you'll see a question like, what one sentence caption would you write if this was in a newspaper? So you're changing the context now. We go a little deeper than that, and we have basically 3 questions: analysis, synthesis, and evaluation questions. They're all basically the same. It means that you have to go to the deepest level where you've got to come up with a new idea. So here, your use of language is much, much more intricate, and you've got to use a wider vocabulary. Also, you can use a vocabulary you heard before in the lower level questions. Analysis. Where do you think they are, the people in the picture? Synthesis. What might they be thinking? So that's a good one where you really have to invent something. And then evaluation. This is where you make a judgment. Are the people in the picture too young to do what they're doing? Why or why not? Give a reason. Okay? So let's say that there's 4 basic levels: knowledge, comprehension, application, and analysis. I'm going to ask you one example of each of those, and then you're going to ask questions like that to each other. Okay? Let's get started. You'll see how it works as we begin. Let's just say a quick hello to Saiban. Welcome back, Saiban. How are you?
Hi. How are you, teacher? How are you doing?
Very good, very good. And Mr. Robert. Welcome back, Robert. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for asking.
Okay. We're all doing very well. And here we go. First picture. I'm going to go in the order that I see you. I see Sam first on my right side. So Sam, you're going to start with the knowledge question. What items or people can you name in this first picture with the vocabulary that you know? Are you ready, Sam?
In knowledge, there is a picture. What's going on in this picture?
I know. I
About
want
this?
to make sure you're ready. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
Mhm.
Picture number 1.
Okay.
Ooh, what's that?
Amazing. I think this picture, it's I think that a kind of picture we can say that it's ancient time. People can't see with very far things from there, so they use this, and especially things it's very far. So I think that this picture is belong to that. And yes.
Okay, that's a good
Mhm.
start.
Mhm.
Okay, now what I'm going to do in the beginning, I'm going to give you, I'm going to try to give everyone pretty detailed feedback. So look, in the Verbling chat window right now, if everyone can see the Verbling chat, Sam, you can see some things that you said, and I'm going to give you a little bit of feedback.
Okay.
First, we can't say ancient time. That's not possible because ancient time is like 2,000 years ago or 3,000. That's ancient time. So this is not
Okay.
ancient time.
Mhm.
But how old do you think the picture is?
Maybe 100 years ago.
Sure. Okay.
Mhm.
So instead of saying it's a kind of ancient time, let's say it's a fiction or a picture or depiction
Mhm.
of or how about this? Let's keep it simple. It's an old picture.
Mhm.
Make it
Okay.
simple. Just
Mhm.
old.
Mhm.
People
Mhm.
couldn't, because we're talking about the past. We got to change
Mhm.
can't to couldn't. People couldn't see
Mhm.
things
Mhm.
very far away.
Okay.
Not very far things, but couldn't see things very far away. So
Mhm.
they they would use this
Mhm.
device
Okay.
to see better, let's say. See better and farther. Okay, take a look at the corrections in a
Mhm.
second. Can you read that back to me really quick?
Yes, I can't see that. Where is this?
Uh-oh, no one can see it. Okay,
Mhm.
hold on. I'll put it in the other chat window for you. 1 second. Okay, now you can see the before and
Yes.
after.
Yeah, exactly right. Yes, it's an old picture. People couldn't see things very far away, so they could use this device to see better and farther.
That's it. Okay, very good, very good.
Mhm.
Saiban, I want you to actually name as many things as you can in this picture. We're still working on the knowledge level. What can you name with the vocabulary that you know? Saiban?
Uh, yeah,
Saiban?
sorry.
Oh, yeah, yes. I'm sorry, I didn't get the question. Could you please repeat it?
What can you name in this picture with the vocabulary that you have? What are some things you can name? Objects, people, type of objects. What do you see?
Okay. Uh, there's I actually, to be honest, I don't know the name of this strange device, but
Strange device is a good name for it. So there's a strange
okay.
device. What else?
Okay, and there's a man who are wearing uniform, looks like the military uniform, because of the cap that he are wearing,
Mhm.
and I think there's a fence,
Mhm.
fence. I mean, I think this is. I mean, this area it's reserved by the military.
Mhm.
Let's say it's military area, and so people cannot enter the area. And I see the behind this man uh, a really let's say cottage, not cottage. I mean a little house, and there's a big. There's a plaza behind, far away from the other side. On the other side, it's behind this man.
Mhm. Okay, very good, very good.
Uh,
Take a look in the chat window
okay.
and you'll see some of what you
Yes.
said. The only correction is you said a man who are wearing, but what's the problem there? A man who
Okay.
is wearing.
Okay. Who is wearing? Okay.
Right. Agreement. Man singular, so it must be
Yes.
is. Right. Okay.
Yes.
Other than that, we got some good vocabulary. Strange device, a man who is wearing a uniform because of the cap he is wearing. Is it a cap or is it a hat?
Uh, um, I think it is. It's not. It's like it looks like the taxi driver cap, or I'm not sure
Okay.
actually.
Okay, okay. Well, normally with a cap, we think of sports, like a baseball cap. And so it has
Okay.
but you're right, a cap has a little visor. So, but I wouldn't call it a cap because a cap sounds like, yeah, it sounds like something you'd wear to keep the sun out of your eyes. Seems like a very informal thing, not part of a uniform. So I might say hat because it's part of a uniform. Okay? And what else?
Okay. Yes.
You said there was a little cottage. Maybe it's not a cottage or a house. Maybe it's a shack. A shack.
Okay. Yes.
Does anyone know what's the difference between a shack and a house? Class, what's the difference between a shack and a house? Any ideas? Going once? Going twice? No? Okay, I'll tell you.
It is small. A
Small?
shake. Is smaller than house.
True. Shack is smaller. And a shack has no plumbing. Shacks don't have water. Shacks don't have air conditioners. Shacks may not have windows. So it's just a simple structure, almost like a box. If you call a house a shack, you may be insulting the owner of the house because it's not a good thing to call a house. Okay? So I would say that's some kind of like a shack, or maybe it's a storage shed. A shed is where you store things. It's a little building to store things. And then, Saiban, you said there's a plaza behind it. Well, it's not a plaza, because that would be like in the middle of a city, a square or plaza. But I definitely see a field. There's definitely a field behind the shack. A field, right?
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
So,
Okay. Yes.
okay, very good, very good. So those are a few corrections. Not bad. Let me show you a different picture. Marcus, this is a different version of the same picture. Let me just make sure it doesn't have, give me a second. I want to just make sure I don't have the text on this page. One moment. Because I know I've got a caption somewhere, but I don't want you to see the caption yet. Let me see if there's a caption there. Okay, if you give me just a second. I want to just get rid of my caption for a second because I don't want you to see the answers just yet. Give me just a second. I gotta remove something on the slide. Almost there. Give me just a second. Almost there. Okay, let's see if I can cut this out. Yep, okay, I got it. So I'm going to reload the page. We're going to go to Mr. Marcus. Give me just a second to reload the page. Pew, pew. There we go. Marcus, this is another angle on this exact same object. But now I want you to go not to the knowledge level, but to the comprehension level. What is actually happening in this photo, Marcus? What do you think?
It's kind of apparatus for war. This is a kind of apparatus for war. I don't know.
No one knows, because this is a very old picture. But make a guess. What are the people doing in the picture? What do you think, Marcus?
Um, I think this military is making inspection in kind of I don't know this. I don't know, teacher. I'm sorry.
Sorry about what? Take a look at your answer. So a kind of apparatus for war and military making inspections. Let's try to use a full sentence structure like this, Marcus. It's probably a kind of apparatus for war. Okay?
Okay.
Military making inspection. Not military, but let's say officers seem to be not making but doing an inspection of the equipment. Okay, so look at my correction in the chat window. See it?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, read it back to me, please.
Okay, it's probably a kind of apparatus for war. Officers seem to be doing an inspection of the equipment.
That's it. Very good.
That's it. Very good.
All right.
Thank
all
you.
right. Okay. Jose, I want
Yes.
you to write a newspaper caption for this picture. What would the New York Times write underneath this picture if it were published today? What would the New York Times write as a caption?
Um,
Difficult.
the army is checking the new weapons.
Ah, the army is checking the new weapons.
The new
Very-
weapons. Yes.
Okay, very good. Could be. Let's see if everyone agrees with you. Before I show you the actual information here, everyone else in class, so that's Alina, Roberto, and Christian. Do you agree with Jose's headline? Not headline, caption. If this were in a newspaper, do you think the caption would read, "The army is checking the..." Oh, what did you say, Jose? I wrote weapons. Was it weapons or new weapons?
It's similar.
Because maybe I wrote it on the latest weapons. Maybe.
Yes, the latest weapons.
Mhm.
Weapons.
Alina, what do you think? Is that the caption you would expect in the newspaper?
Actually, yes. I think it's like an example
Mhm.
for the latest weapons. Yes.
Ah, an example. You mean a prototype?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the first example, the prototype. What year do you think this was taken, Alina?
Oh, I have no idea, but maybe it's 1960s, maybe.
1960s? Oh my God, no.
No?
No. Look, they've got swords. The picture's black and white. No, not 1960s. Way before. Roberto, what do you think? Roberto. I keep saying Roberto. Robert, what do you think? 1960s?
Actually, I don't know. Maybe 1980.
1918. Why do you think so?
I don't know. It's just a guess.
Just a guess.
I
Okay.
don't know about much more or something.
Okay. Christian, what are the men talking about in the middle of the picture, in your opinion?
Okay, for me, this is image, for the first thing, this image describe a military parade.
Ah, okay.
Yes, this is my point of view, what I see, in the picture. I saw one man, he's checking all the weapon to be sure he's working for the next war, maybe. And all the officer are behind also to acknowledge and to be happy if the weapon is working. But I'm not sure if the weapon is like a flute or something with instrument of music, you know.
Exactly.
At the left side, at the right side, I don't know, but at the left side of the picture, for me, it's not a weapon. It's like a trumpet to make a signal in case of war, maybe. No.
Ah, you're onto something, Christian. So look, I want you to read the real caption for the picture, Christian. Oops.
Yeah. Ah.
Here's one.
I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. No, it don't seem, you know, weapon, but more a signal in case of war, you know.
Exactly. And I'll tell you what. Let me go back to the previous picture. So this one is 1932. Japanese soldiers demonstrate the use of the war tuba.
Yeah.
Not a regular tuba, a war tuba. Give me a second. I'm gonna refresh the page. And if I go back, can you read this caption for us, Christian?
Yes. 1930s, 3 Japanese acoustic locators, colloquially known as war tubas, mounted in 4-wheel carriage, being inspected by Japanese Emperor Showa.
There you go.
No, I'm sure, because, you know, it not seems, you know, I can see weapon at the left side. At right side maybe, but at left side for me it's a flute, like a flute trumpet or something else, you know.
Right. And by the way, let's take a look at a regular tuba, just for comparison. This is what a tuba normally looks like. Let me see if I can get the image there. Oh, you can see it. Okay, so that's what a tuba really looks like.
Yeah.
And now let's compare that with the war tuba. There you go.
Yeah.
Strange but true. So there were war tubas somewhere between World War I and World War II, and I'm sure you're right. In fact, if I can, you know what? Let me give you a little more context, because there's always a story behind these images. And in this case, the story is... Give me a second. Here we go. During World War I, aerial warfare became increasingly important. Zeppelin airships conducted bombing raids on the south coast of England, and winged aircraft were employed as bombers by both sides. If their approach was detected, fighter aircraft could head off the enemy or shoot them down. So this is where the war tubas come in.
Excuse me, the Zeppelin, it's Zeppelin is not before, maybe in 20 or 15? The first Zeppelin, no?
The first Zeppelin was, yeah, I don't know the exact year,
Yeah,
but
maybe.
yeah. But so now we're talking not in the 1930s now. Now I'm going back to World War I. So 1917, whatever.
Yeah.
So the story goes, by detecting engine noises at greater distances, this allowed more time to prepare a response by either army. Large and elaborate detectors were experimental, and their efficiency varied widely. Some worked, some didn't. A number of designs were quite striking, such as the Japanese acoustic locators nicknamed war tubas. In other words, they weren't signaling, they were trying to detect the vibrations from the engines from a long, long, long way away. So these were like antenna, actually. At least that's the idea that I get. Their use continued into the early years of World War II, but increases in aircraft speeds and the development of radar rendered them obsolete. The moment we developed radar, we didn't need war tubas anymore.
You said the tubas detect the vibration?
Yes.
Oh.
So they were receiving the signals. They weren't sending signals.
The technology was very early, huh?
Yeah. Weird, huh?
Yeah.
Weird.
I'm very impressed.
All right. Ms. Elena, I want you to take a look at picture number 2. And I want you to tell me, what can you see, what can you describe with the vocabulary that you know? Are you ready, Elena?
Yes, I'm ready.
Here we go.
Okay. I see 5 men. Near, they are standing near the store. I guess not the store, but something which is smaller than the store.
A shop.
A shop.
Near a shop.
And they look like they're waiting something or someone, and 3 of them. But 2 of them are looking through the window, maybe wanting to choose something to buy.
Okay. Wanting to choose something to buy. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Something to buy. Okay, good. I'm going to give you a little bit of feedback on that first before we talk about what's really going on. So I would say, oh, give me a second here. Okay. Okay, so there are 5 men. Well, 5 men. Well, there are 5 young men, to be more specific, or 5 young black men, to be more specific. They are standing near a shop. What kind of shop is that? It looks like a music shop, doesn't it?
Yes.
Maybe I don't know, or maybe not. Maybe it's a no, maybe not. I can't tell because it looks like they're selling different things on the right side. Maybe a music shop, or a pawn shop. I'll tell you what that means in a second if you're not sure. They look like they are waiting something. Not waiting something, but waiting for something. And you have to say 3 of them first. So I would say 3 of them look like they are waiting for something, but 2 of them are looking through the window, not wanting to choose. They are looking through the window. They are browsing. Sometimes we call this or window shopping.
Okay.
They're browsing or window shopping at the storefront. Another way to say the front window, at the storefront. The storefront is where you display things for the public. Okay, so take a look at the corrections there in the chat windows. Okay, Robert. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, why don't you read that back to me and make sure it's clear, Alina?
Okay, there are 5 young black men standing near a music shop or pawn shop. 3 of them look like they're waiting for something or someone, but 2 of them are browsing or window shopping at the storefront.
There you go. Window shopping. There you go. Okay. Robert, what do you think's really happening in this picture? Alina made a few guesses, okay, but we're going to go with the comprehension question. What's really going on? What's the situation, do you think?
Maybe they are waiting for open, or
okay. Keep going.
Just waiting for an event or something like that, because I see on office on shop party time or something like that. Maybe.
I didn't catch the last part because you see what party? I didn't catch the last part.
I see one advertisement on Windows with party time. Maybe they are white for party.
I see a poster
Poster. Sorry.
that says, it could be a sign or a poster, actually, either way. It's a sign or poster that says, party time. Like this. So you think that maybe they're with a band?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Because they are how to say? They are wearing some strange clothes.
Strange for you, not strange for them.
Yeah, maybe. It's strange for me.
They're wearing... Class, how could we describe their clothing? Because strange, that sounds like that sounds like a judgment. Like, oh, that's strange. So we don't want to sound judgmental. How would you describe their clothing in a more objective way, class? Any ideas?
Typical.
Traditional.
Traditional. Not typical. Traditional clothing. Absolutely. Traditional clothing. They're wearing traditional clothing. Okay. Sam, where do you think these people are? Look at their clothing. Look at the shop. Where do you think they are, Sam?
I think that these young boys or young men are or belong to a company, or and because we can see that they wear same clothes, especially these two guys and these two other, they were watching or buying something, or maybe window shopping. So
yeah, they're wearing matching clothes.
yes,
right?
matching clothes. Yeah.
Matching clothes is true.
Yes, or maybe they are um, they are um, they are doing work in circus. You know, they when we know that people wear similar clothes and try to and make look uniform, so they wear this kind of the dresses.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why you think a circus, though. Why a circus?
Or maybe they are, you know, that some in occasion especially have have a day or national day, or maybe some people come from another country and they show their nationality, so they wear their clothes and they show the culture. Yes, culture, that how these kind of the clothes they come from a specific country, so that's why they are wearing these dresses. So,
Yeah.
I guess.
They're not wearing dresses.
Mhm.
They're not wearing dresses. Dresses are what women wear. Long
Okay.
skirts and dresses. They are
Uh-huh.
dressed like this.
Dressed. Okay, dressed.
Right. They are dressed like, like that is the expression. That's why they are dressed like that. Okay. By the way, everyone, take a look at their shoes. What kind of shoes are they wearing? Look at their shoes.
Sport shoes or casual shoes?
Yeah, but specifically, do you know what kind of shoes those? Can you see clearly what shoes they're wearing?
Sneakers? Oh.
Yeah, they're wearing sneakers. They're wearing Converse. Do people still wear those kind of sneakers today? Do you see people wearing those out on the street today?
Yes, in Spain it's so common to see people around the street wearing this kind of shoes.
I agree. And yet, this picture was taken 40 years ago. 40 years ago. Doesn't that kind of blow your mind? This is an old picture. When I was a kid, those Converse shoes, you know, you didn't wear those kind of shoes. Like maybe in the 1950s you did. But it gives a clue where they are and what their socioeconomic class was. Because when I was a kid, these were not, it's not that they weren't popular, they were, but they weren't like today. Today they're expensive and they're trendy, and they weren't back then. So I thought it was kind of interesting. You can see they're wearing Converse just like we wear today, right? If it was 5 white kids, would they be wearing Converse 40 years ago? I don't know, but I kind of doubt it. Maybe if they were skateboarders or something like that. So anyway, this is kind of an old picture. I want to show you another angle on that picture, though, or another angle from that same location. Okay? Christian, what do you think about this picture? This is from a different street now.
Oh, yes, I'm sure. This is Harlem in New York.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. No, I know the place, you know. I stay in Harlem a very long time. I know Harlem, you know, and the atmosphere in Harlem. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, how do you know this is Harlem? What is it about this picture?
I think it's for the atmosphere, the ambience, and yes, for everything, you know, because the old cars, the people, the behavior of the people, and you know, no, I can't say what, but this is my feeling.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see if I can give one more. So we're going to go to, hold on a second here. Okay, so we did Sam. Let's go back to Mr. Marcus. Mr. Marcus, what do you think this woman is thinking? This young woman here. What do you think she's thinking in this picture?
The woman with a new hairstyle. Maybe are in Bronx or Brooklyn
or Harlem
or Harlem. Because around it looks like that I watch it in movies.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's it.
What do you think she's thinking in this picture? What's happening in her head? What's she thinking about?
It's very different. In common, the new hairstyle and in your clothes,
wait, not your clothes, her clothes.
Her clothes.
Right.
I'm sorry. Her clothes is typical for I don't know. A typical the 13, 14 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe it was clothing was typical of the time or of the period. Like this.
Okay.
Typical of the time, typical of the period. Right,
okay.
Right. Okay, very good. So, what was I going to say? That was our comprehension. I had another one. What was it? What was my question I was going to ask? I lost my question. Oh my goodness, I don't know. I forgot. I want to show you. I'm going to change the angle here. So this is a slightly different picture. Take a look. Okay, Saiban, this is another picture from another street in the same location.
Okay.
Why is the man pointing at the camera Why is the man in blue pointing at the camera?
Okay. Uh, Hypothetically, because I don't know who's standing or who's shooting this guy, but let's say this is one of the gesture that they do when they are getting. I mean, when they talk, when they take picture at that time. Like, I mean, you know, everybody, I mean, when they take picture, they have to do something to look funny or uh, doing something to be, I mean, more looks like more, I mean, friendly
Right.
on the picture. So I think this is my opinion. I might be not correct, might be not correct, but this guy, he's doing this because, I mean, he want to remember remind this moment after
Remember.
that as a
Remember.
funny moment. Remember, okay,
Yeah.
remember.
Okay,
Yeah,
very good, very good. And
okay.
let's see. And Jose, do you think the men are surprised by the photographer?
Yes, I think that the photographer could be wearing or doing some strange posture or some strange thing, uh, and and the man who is wearing blue clothes
Mm-hmm.
could be surprised
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because he is pointing with his finger to the photographer.
Mm-hmm. To the photographer.
To the photographer.
That's it. That's it. Christian, are you there?
Yeah.
I want you to look at this name in the chat window. Tell me if you recognize that name.
CNN.
No, look at the chat window.
Yeah.
Look at the last thing I wrote. Do you see what I wrote there?
No.
No, hold on. Wait, 1 second. There.
Jack Ruffalo.
Does that sound familiar?
Yes, yeah, Jack Ruffalo. Yeah.
Do you know who he was?
Yes, he was a singer, no? No?
No.
No, I don't
Jack
remember.
Garaf Jacques Garofalo was one of the leading photographers for
Yes.
Paris Match.
Yeah. Just. Yeah.
So he's a photographer, and one of his famous photo assignments was spending 6 weeks in Harlem, 44 years ago. Yeah, 44 years ago. No, 44. No, 45. 45 years ago. This picture is 45 years old. Yeah, that's it. His image was on the cover story for Paris Match in October of 1971. I think this was the cover picture. In the 1960s, large number of residents left Harlem for neighborhoods in other parts of New York, like Queens and Brooklyn and the Bronx. They were looking for better schools, looking for better housing, looking for better safety. They left Harlem, where people who couldn't afford to leave stayed. So the idea was that the economy was bad, and if you had money, you left, and if you didn't have money, you stayed in Harlem. So he went there to take pictures of this Harlem exodus, all these people leaving Harlem, and the people who stayed behind. So there you go. Time magazine published an article called "Harlem's Dreams Have Died," and this was. Do you know that?
Oh yes, I know, because I went to Harlem, last May, and it's very, very different today. Today it's you have a part of Harlem is very rich part, rich area, and it's not the same atmosphere than before.
Right.
No.
So yeah, it's changed.
Yeah, it's not changed for the best. I don't think so.
So anyway, these are some good pictures I have others. But anyway, just those three for today. But anyway, yeah, I can say that in some parts of New York, at least the last time I was back, the streets still look like this in some places. Some places, not all. But the last time I was in Harlem, definitely parts of Harlem still look like this. Kind of really wide streets and everyone kind of out of the street. Things are a little bit run down. Maybe not in the center of Harlem anyway. All right, I think we have time for one more here. So we're going to go on to picture number 3. And let's see, who can start us off this time? I don't know. Well, how about you, Sam? You started off. You started us off on the first time. Wait, I'll come back to you a little later. Mr. Robert,
Okay.
why don't you start us off? Tell us what you can see. Are you ready, Robert?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Are you sitting down, Robert?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, here we go. There you go.
Okay.
It's maybe a little hard to see because of the.
No, I can see.
Okay.
I can see a plane with 2 package. I don't think there is people or living creature. It's just a package. Maybe their plane is for provision, because I can see on the background a big mountain or a hard place when we cannot go.
Yeah, hard place to reach.
Hard place to reach. So I think it's a old picture, maybe 95 or 1915, maybe.
1905?
1915. No, 05 it's too old.
1915. Yeah, because of the airplane.
Yeah.
1915. Well, I can tell you it's not 1950 because the airplane is much later.
Okay.
Right? Because the airplanes in 1915 had 4 wings instead of 2. They were called biplanes because there were 2 wings on each side, double wings on each side. So it can't be 1915. It's got to be later because of that.
I don't know. Sure.
Okay. Give me a second here. Alina, I want you to take a look at a second picture. This is part of the same series. Are you ready, Alina?
Yes, I'm ready.
And I want you to tell me what's going on. This is part of the same series of pictures. It's not a different day, same location. Tell me what's happening in this picture.
Okay.
Can you see the bottom?
Yes, I see. I don't understand. Is it a dog?
No.
No?
It is not a duck. It is not a dog. It is not a duck. It does have fur. Can anyone see what that is? They like to chew on trees. They build dams. By the way, if you want to see this picture up close, if it's difficult to see, I'll give you the link. Okay. Give me a second here. If you can't see it because the picture's blocked by the students, click on the link. Okay. So keep going, Alina. What do you think's going on in this picture? It's not a dog, but it is an animal. What do you think's going on? And what's the connection to the planes before?
I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe this is the animal is searching something in the boxes which the planes thrown.
Which the planes dropped.
Dropped, yeah.
Okay. Marcus, what kind of animal is it? Marcus.
This is a beaver.
It's a beaver.
Caption beaver.
It's a beaver. In some languages, that is castor. In some languages, that's, yeah. In other languages, it begins with a C. For us, it begins with a B. It's a beaver. I don't know if beavers go and inspect boxes normally. So maybe the beaver has not been brought to the boxes. Maybe it's the other way around. Not sure. Sam, what do you think the men are doing in this picture? So we know there's a beaver. Marcus is right. What do you think those men? What's the purpose of the planes, the packages, the beaver? What are those men trying to accomplish?
Okay. I think these a beaver. Those men catch or cut this cut a beaver. Yes.
Yeah.
And now they are taking out from this box.
So the beaver came from the box. Got it.
Yeah, and I think that all our police officer or maybe they are doing work in a place because we can see they are in two are in a uniform and one is not, and we can see very clearly that a man who has a long stick, and yes, and I think maybe this stick is attached with something else, or maybe this stick is helping for that man who is taking out from this box, and yeah.
He's controlling the beaver.
Yes, he's controlling the beaver maybe, and these two other police officer maybe, or maybe doing work or servant. They are they are helping that man. And I don't know about the backside, maybe the picture or what, but we can see the backside have boxes, or yeah, maybe they found in a.
Well, not the backside. Behind the men, there are boxes behind.
Okay, behind the men have a lot of boxes, and yeah.
Well, yeah. I want to tell you what's really going on. Okay, so class, here's the story of the men and the beaver. Take a look back at the first picture as I give you the background. Then we're going to have to stop because we're out of time. But here's the story. This is the story of the parachuting beavers from 1948. That's right, the parachuting beavers. You probably never heard of the parachuting beavers. But if you were in Idaho in 1948, you would have seen beavers falling from the sky. Parachuting beavers. In 1948, Idaho had a beaver problem. In certain locations, the state's beavers were carrying out vital tasks as agents of flood control and soil conservation. Because, as you know, beavers build dams. So they were providing this natural service. But in some areas, the rodents were outgrowing their natural habitats, gradually invading human territory, and frankly being a general nuisance. What to do? Resettlement was the obvious answer, taking beavers from the very inhabited parts of the state and relocating them to new homes in the wilderness. The trouble was, how do you get a beaver into the wilderness? And unsurprisingly, the wilderness didn't have any roads. So how do you get them out there? Well, the answer is you drop them out of airplanes. And that's what they did. Put the beaver in the box, make sure the box has a parachute, throw the beaver and the box outside of the airplane onto the side of the mountain. Some officials hike up the side of the mountain, they open the box, they let the beaver go. And that is the story of the parachuting beavers. Now you know the mystery. How do you feel? And before you go, I want to give you my impression of a parachuting beaver. Here we go. There we go. That's what the beavers are doing in the box. Well, that will give you something to think about and to talk to the kids about over the weekend. I'll be back in just a minute for language games. We're going to play a game of Word Sneak. That's where you have to get a partner to use certain keywords. These are all things we've learned during the week in my classes. Some cases, if you weren't there, it'll be new, but we'll make sure you know how to use them, and we'll play a fun game where you get to use them in a natural way. Have a great weekend if I don't see you. If you want to play the game, come back in about 1 minute and we'll get started. Bye for now, everyone. See you soon.
Thank you.
Bye for now. Bye-bye.